Hello and welcome back to my channel. Once again, this is Teacher Jesse. At sa video na to, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa indirect or inverse proportion. So what is an indirect or inverse proportion? And how do we solve problems involving inverse proportion in 3 different ways? Pero bago yan, sa mga hindi mo nakapag-subscribe ng aking channel, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe and click nyo din ang notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa aking mga i-upload na math tutorial videos. Simulan na natin. In an inverse proportion, as one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases at the same rate and vice versa. So, kabaligtaran ito ng direct proportion. Meron akong ginawang video tungkol sa direct proportion. Popost ko na lang ang link niyan sa comment section below, sa description below. So, kung ang direct ay increase, tapos decrease. Sa inverse naman, baligtad. Kapag isang quantity ay nag-increase, magde-decrease ang second quantity. Okay? Or baligtad. Kapag nag-decrease ang first quantity, the other quantity will increase. So, example, I have enough money for a vacation of 12 days if I spend 500 pesos a day. For how many days will my money last if I decide to spend only 400 pesos a day? So, yan. First quantity, 12 days. Kapag ang gastos is 500 pesos. Pero, ang second quantity is 400 pesos a day. Kapag binabaan mo ang iyong gastos from 500 pesos, nagtipid ka ng 100, magiging 400 pesos na lang ang gastos mo. Ang in-expect natin ba ay tataas? Or mag-increase ang 12 days o bababa ang 12 days? Diba? If you are going to think of it, syempre, mas tatagal ang ating allowance. So, magiging, or ang ating pera, so magiging, imbis na 12 days, magiging 13, 14, 15, or 20, or ibig sabihin more than 12 yan. Therefore, from decrease, 500 to 400 decrease, ang 12 naman ay tataas, so magiging increase. So decrease, increase. This is an inverse proportion. Pangalawa naman, a worker can finish a painting job in 10 days. Another worker can do the same job in 15 days. If they work together, how many days will it take for them to finish the job? So kumbaga, kung itong first problem ay isang routine problem, ang pangalawa naman ay ang non-routine problem. Kasi dito, pag sinabi kasi natin ang worker ay 10 days niya matapos, tapos yung isa 15 days, ibig sabihin, mas mabilis tong worker number 1. Ang worker number 2 naman ay mas mabagal. Kaya lang pagsasabayin natin sila. So this is already a problem involving inverse proportion, but it is an non-routine problem. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin kung makaka-encounter tayo ng ganitong problems? Let's start with problem number 1. The first solution that we are going to use is, of course, the Singaporean approach or the block model. So, kung i-analyze natin, 12 days daw. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kung tigpa 500. So, ibig sabihin, isang block is 500. So, 1, ayan. So, kung titingnan natin, 12 times 500, kasi 500 yan, tas 12 boxes yan, o blocks, 6,000 yung money niya. Or, money ko pala, kasi I. Okay, yung pera ko is 6,000. Tapos, gagastusin ko 500 pesos a day, tatagal ng 12 days. Next is, paano kung 400 pesos a day na lang ang gagastusin ko? So, mas maliit na block. So, yan, 400. Assuming that this is 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12, sorry. 12 days pala. So, hanggang 12 days. So, kung 12 days, tas 400 ang ginagastos ko, ibig sabihin, meron pang natira. So, 400 times 12, which is equal to 4,800 lang ang nagastos ko after 12 days. So, meron pang extra money ako na natira. Then, the question is, ilang days tatagal yung extra money ko? So, since alam natin na 6,000, from here going to here, 6,000, babawasan natin ng 4,800. So, 6,000 minus 4,800 is equal to, will give this, the value of this, itong missing. So, 6,000 minus 4,800 is 1,200. So, 1,200 ito. Tapos, gagastusin natin ng 400 a day. So, kumbaga, 1,200 divided by 400, which is equal to 3. Dagdagan natin ng 3 days. Ibig sabihin, tatagal ng na 3 days mas mahaba kaysa sa 12 days. Ibig sabihin, it is 15 days. Okay? So this is how to solve using Singaporean approach. Paano naman kung gagamitan natin ng arithmetic? Okay? Simplifying the problem through the difference in the amount spent daily. So kukunin natin yung difference, kumbaga yung savings every day. So kung titingnan natin, 500 minus 400 kasi nag-decide ako na magtitipid ako ng 100, so ibig sabihin 100 every day ang masasave ko. Tapos, kung 12 days, so 12 times 100, meron ako matitipid na 1,200 kasi 6,000 nga yung pera na meron ako. So yung 1,200 ngayon ay i-divide natin ng 400, magiging 3. Therefore, the additional number of days that the amount would be sufficient is equal to 3 days. Tapos idadagdag natin sa 12 days, so 12 plus 3 is equal to 15. Therefore, my money will last for 15 days. Ito yung solution number 2. The same result pa rin ang lumabas. And solution number 3 is, of course, using a proportion table. Paano ba mag-set up ng proportion table if it is an inverse proportion or indirect proportion? Okay, the same pa rin, ganito, table, amount, 500, tapos ang duration or number of days is 12. Tapos kung 400 ang gagastusin, given na yan, ilang days. Okay, ang kaibahan dito, kapag inverse proportion, ang gagawin natin is i-interchange natin ang second and ang fourth term. Alin ba dito ang second and fourth term? So this is the first, the second, the third, and the fourth. So, first, second, third, and fourth. Sorry. First, second, third, and fourth. So, ang gagawin natin, interchange natin yung dalawa. So, kumbaga, itong 12 ay ilalagay natin dito at isang n, ilalagay natin dito. Kasi, ito nga ay inverse. Okay, so, magiging ganito. 500 is to n, di ba? Kasi ang n nandito na. So, magiging 500 is to n, tapos 400 is to 12. Kasi ang 12 ay nalipat na dito. Ang pag-set up, ganun pa rin sa direct proportion. Pero dapat na inverse, na interchange na yung dalawa. Okay? Next is, ito pa rin ang means, and then extremes. And then, continue na lang tayo. N times 400 is 400n, tapos 500 times 12 is 6,000, kasi 12 times 5 is 60. Tapos, dagdagan mo lang ng dalawang zeros. So, divide mo ng 400 ang both sides. So, n is equal to 6,000 divided by 400 is actually 15. Or, pwede natin gamitan ng fraction. 500, tapos ang n, nandito na kasi na-interchange na sila, tapos 400, tapos nandito na yung 12, ayan. And then cross-multiply, 400 times n is 400n, tapos 500 times 12 is 6,000. Tapos divide both sides by 400 para ma-identify natin ang value ng n is equal to 15 pa rin kasi 6,000 divided by 400 is equal to 15. Therefore, my money will last for 15 days. Okay, so yun ang pag-solve ng problem number 1 using 3 different ways. Let's proceed now to problem number 2. A worker can finish a painting job in 10 days. Another worker can do the same job in 15 days. If they work together, how many days will it take for them to finish the job? So kung titingnan natin, assuming that this is worker 1, 10 days lang tapos na niya ang trabaho. Tapos yung the same na trabaho, kayang tapusin in 15 days, so mas mabagal itong worker number 2. Paano kung ang the same na trabaho ay pagtulungan nila ang dalawa? So, how many days bago nila matapos? Okay, so first is solution number 1 using blocks or Singaporean approach. Okay, so the rate of the two workers are 1/10 and 1/15 respectively. Saan ang galing ang 1/10 and 1/15? Kasi nga, in one day, 1/10 ng trabaho ang matatapos niya. Kasi 10 days niya tatapusin na sa trabaho. Ibig sabihin ng rate niya, 1 out of 10 sa isang araw. Okay? So, 1 out of 10, tapos pangalawang day, 2 out of 10, hanggang maging 10 out of 10 or natapos na yung one whole, isang buong trabaho. Okay. Next, so kung 1 out of 10, ibig sabihin, kuguhit tayo ng 10 ganito, parts, tapos shaded to. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Isang araw, ito yung trabaho ito yung natatapos ng worker 1. Okay? Ang worker 2 naman is 15. So, guguhit tayo ng the part of the job that can be done with the first worker. So, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yung second worker number 2 naman ay ito yung trabaho or job na natatapos niya in one day. Ibig sabihin, mas maliit yung natatapos niya. Like for example, it is a painting. Ay, nakasulat nga pala, painting job. So, kumbaga ito yung napinturahan ng worker 1 in first day. Sa, ang worker 2 naman, ito yung napinturahan niya na part. So, yan. Paano kung pag-combine natin sa silang dalawa? Okay, so ganito. Worker 1, tapos additional, ayan. Sa isang araw, ito yung natapos nila. And then, target natin alamin from here going to here because this is the whole job. Okay, magkasing haba yan. So, pag second day, ayan ang kanilang natapos. Third day, ayan. Fourth day, fifth day, and sixth day. Therefore, after 6 days, tapos na yung trabaho. So, ayan. It will take for them 6 days to finish the job. Okay? So, napakadali lang gawin using Singaporean approach. Pero kailangan, saktong-sakto talaga yung mga fractions na ilalagay mo para accurate yung ating illustration. Another is using the table. Pwede rin gamitan natin ang table, assuming that this is the number of days and then part of the job done. Alam natin ang rate is 1 out of 10 at ang pangalawa naman is 1 out of 15. So, kumbaga, sa first day, or day number 1, so 1 out of 10 plus 1 over 15 is equal to n is the part of the job done daily kasi combine silang dalawa. So, day 1, i-add natin ang rate nilang dalawa. So, 110 plus 115. So, gagamitan natin ng operations of fractions. So, paano nga ba mag-add? Diba? Meron tayong different techniques. Ang isa sa technique dito ay ang gamit ang butterfly method. Yung 1 times 15 is equal to 15. 10 times 1 is equal to 10. 15 plus 10 is equal to 25 over 10. 10 times 15 is equal to 150. So, ipapakita ko. So, magiging ganito. So, 10 plus 15 is 25 and then 10 times 15 is 150. Yan. So, ang tawag niyan ay butterfly method na technique in multiplication. Pwede rin gumamit ng LCD. Okay, depende sa inyo kung ano yung gagamitin nyo. Basta operation of fractions. So, kung 25 over 150, pwede natin i-divide kasi divisible yung dalawa sa 25, which is the GCF. So, 25 divided by 25 is equal to 1 and 150 divided by 25 is equal to 6. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, in one day, 1/6 of the job ang kanilang matatapos kung silang dalawa ay mag-combine. Okay? Again, balikan natin kung saan ang galing to. Kasi unit fractions lang kasi yan. Ang butterfly method yan is 10 plus 15, 25. 10 times 15 is 150. Ganun lang kadali. Kasi 1 ang kanilang numerator. Pag hindi naman 1 yan, ganun pa rin. 1 times 15 is 15. 10 times 1 is 10. 15 plus 10 is 25. Ayan. Tapos 10 times 15, 150. So, alam na natin na 1/6 daily. So, kung day 1, 1/6 yan. So, kung day 2, kumbaga 1/6 times 2. Okay? So, kung 1/6 times 2, ganito lang. 1 times 2 is 2, and then 6 times 1 is 6. 2 over 6, or pwede rin cancellation para mas madali. Cancel out natin to kasi divisible yan, yung dalawa. So, divide by 2, magiging 1 to, tapos magiging 3. So, 1 times 1 is 1, and then 3 times 1 is 3. 1/3. Sa second day, 1/3 na ng job ang tapos. Tapos, kailangan nating alamin kung ilang days bago 1 over 1, bago maging 1 whole, yung tapos na yung buong job. Okay? So, sa day 3 naman, magiging 1/6 times 3. So, pwede namang cancelan. 1 times 3 is 3, and then 6 times 1 is 6. 3 out of 6 is obviously, it is 1/2. May clue na tayo dito. Third day, kalahati na ng job ang natapos. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga, kalahati na. So, times 2 mo na lang yan. So, magiging 6 days. Kaya pero, ipakita pa rin natin. So, ganun pa rin. 1 times 4 is 4. And then, 6 times 1 is 6. 4 over 6 or 2 over 3. Ayan, 2/3. And then, pagka 5 days, 6 times 5. So, 1 times 5 is 5. And then, 6 times 1 is 6. It is 5/6. And ang last, 6 days. Tingnan natin. 1, ayan. Sabi nga sa rule, a fraction multiplied by its reciprocal will give a product of 1. 6 over 6 or equal to 1. Ibig sabihin, after 6 days, tapos na yung painting job. Okay? So, using a table. Another solution is the last solution. We have using operations of fractions. Pwede nang gamitan natin ang operation of fractions. Since ang rate nga is 1/10 and 1/15, then 1/10 plus 1/15 is equal to n. Ayun. At alam natin kanina sa previous na kapag 1/10 plus 1/15 is equal to 1/6. Pero anyway, pakita pa rin natin. So, magiging 1/6 yan. So, n is equal to 25 over 150 or is equal to 1/6. Next, we will divide 1 whole by 1/6 to get the number of days it will take for the 2 workers to finish the painting job. So kasi 1/6 yung natapos in 1 day, ang gagawin na lang natin, ang 1 whole, i-divide natin ng fraction na 1/6. So magiging 1 divided by 1/6 or 1 over 1 divided by 1/6 para makuha natin kung ilang days. So, 1 divided by 1/6, ang gagawin natin, pwedeng kopyahin ang dividend. So, 1 over 1, tapos change the sign into multiplication. Tapos, write the reciprocal of the divisor. Ang 1/6 magiging 6 over 1. So, 1 times 6 is equal to 6, and 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 6 over 1 is equal to 6. Therefore, it will take for them 6 days to finish the painting job. So, the same result pa rin ang lumabas kahit 3 solutions ang ginamit. Okay? So, that's meron pa palang extra using the algebraic equation. Okay, paano kung gagamitan natin yung medyo abstract and medyo advanced na way on how to solve it? Alam natin na 110 and 115 pa rin ang kanilang rate. So, sulat natin, n over 10 plus n over 15 is equal to 1, where n is the number of days that the worker does the jobs. Okay? So, kung sa algebra kasi kailangan natin gumawa ng equation. So, ito yung ating equation. So, n represents ang number of days na nagtrabaho yung dalawang workers. So, kumbaga, rate nila combined. Kapag kinumbine kasi natin ang kanilang rate, magbibigay tas hahanapin natin, equate natin in 1, ibig sabihin natapos yung isang buong trabaho. So, ang gagawin natin is, in algebra, imumultiply natin ang both sides by the LCD. And the LCD of 10 and 15 is 5. GCF pala yung 5. 10 and 15 is 30. Okay. Kasi 10, 20, 30. And then 15, 30. 30 sila pinakauna ang common multiple, ang least common multiple. So, ang least common denominator is 30. So, i-multiply natin ang both sides by 30. Ayan, 30. So, pag i-multiply natin ang 30, magiging 30 times n is equal to 30n divided by 10. 30n divided by 10 is 3n. Tapos, 30 times n is 30n divided by 15. 30 divided by 15 is 2n. Is equal to 30 times 1 is equal to 30. Ayan. Tapos, 2n plus 3n is equal to 30. Solve lang natin ang value ng n. So, combine like terms. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5n is equal to 30. Tapos, ratio and proportion. Divide natin both sides by 5 para makuha ang value ng n. So, 30 divided by 5 is equal to 6. Therefore, the value of n is equal to 6. Ibig sabihin, kung 6 yan, ayan, kung 6 days, ay makukompleto nila ang kanilang trabaho. Okay? Or pwede natin ipakita kung wari hindi nyo nahihirapan kayo dito sa LCD. Multiplying by LCD. Pwede rin ganito. N over 10 plus n over 15 is equal to 1. Ang gagawin natin ay isulat talaga natin ang LCD. Di ba ang LCD is 30? Ayan. So, rename natin. So, 30. So, kumbaga, 10 times 3 is 30, and then 1 times 3 is 3n. Ganun rin. 15, dito sa kabila, 15 times 2 is 30. So, 1 times, or n times 2 is 2n. Ayan. So, 3n over 30 plus 2n over 30 is equal to 1. Then, combine lang, magiging 3n plus 2n is equal to over 30, and then cross-multiply natin. Kasi kapag naka-encounter tayo ng ganito, magiging cross-multiplication yan. So, 30 times 1 is 30. So, 3n plus 2n is equal to 5n is equal to 30. Ganun pa rin naman ang result. N is equal to 6. Therefore, the value of n is 6, and the number of days it will take for the two workers to finish the painting job is 6 days. Using 4 solutions, the same result came out. Okay, so that's all for today. And again, I would like to leave this comment or quote by George Folia to you. It's better to solve a problem it is better to solve one problem 5 different ways than to solve 5 problems in one way. So kaya dapat marami tayong alam na solutions kung paano mag-solve ng isang problem. See you again next time. Thank you for watching.